Really, guys?
Welcome back, Doc.
So, rumor has it you've been serving drinks to a dirty cop?
In my bar? I take offense to that.
Ayabe here yet?
He said he's heading over. Before that, though, Doc, I've got a little job I'd like you to handle, if you would.
A job, huh?
Only the best detective in Kamurocho can handle this case.
Oh yeah? Well then how can I refuse?
Ah, you're blushing. I mean it, though.
Then clue.
Would if I could. I never actually asked. The client's a regular of mine, though, so you don't need to worry. Anyway, you'll need to head over to a place called Hill's Garden on Park Boulevard.
Right now?
Right now. And I'll let you know when Ayabe-san comes in. Come on, detective. It's not like you to turn down a paying job.
Huh. You got me there. Bring it on. What a waste. Hmm? Ah.
님! いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
Choice. Really, guys?
いらっしゃいませ。
It's the spot. Back to it.
どうも。どうもよろしく。ねえ、八神さん。はい。またね。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
いらっしゃいませ。
Back to it.
ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。八神さん。
Domo.
What's up? Excuse me. Hmm?
Eh? Yagami-san.
Mm-hmm.
Yagami-san. Yagami-san.
Hey man, how you doing? Sorry, I had my microphone out. Oh, that's good. Glad to know that. It's always good to be doing good. I guess that's a way of saying it. Where the hell was I going? Maybe it's not even available yet. That didn't take long. Indeed. It just disappeared into the nether. Yeah, you could say it's Yakuza Judgment. It's set in the same city and it's set in the same world, but it's not actually part of the series. It's its own series. Well, I mean, it's the first game to come out. Hopefully, it'll be a series. But yeah, it's from Sega, who made the Yakuza series as well. So Same city, but nothing dealing with the Yakuza characters and stories and all that stuff is in it from what I've heard. I mean, there is Yakuza that's in it, but nothing with any of the other characters from the other games in the series. Because I was wondering when this was announced if it was going to be like another sequel in a way, like it was going to be a spin-off, which obviously it is a spin-off series, but I thought maybe, you know, they were probably going to introduce some characters and whatnot that was in other games in the series, but from what I've heard and read, that's not the case. Probably the guy that I ran into twice already. Yeah, I figured it was him. The good thing though about this one is the fact that it has an English and a Japanese voice track, so you can pick and choose which one you want to listen to, which obviously I'm going to pick the English one, because even though I like the Yakuza series, one of the things that kind of turned me off a bit about it was the fact that I had to read everything that was being presented to me, and if I was listening to Japanese, I couldn't really pay attention to it like I wanted to, because it's like reading in English and hearing it in another language distracted me. So if I were to actually hear it in English and read it in English, it would be easier for me, because then I wouldn't necessarily have to read it. I could just hear it. So, but, you know, I'm still playing through the Yakuza series. I've already beaten 2 of them, and now I got 2 more to beat, and Yakuza Kiwami 3 is actually supposed to release in Japan either this year or next year, so I'm pretty sure it's going to come out in the West as well. And of course we got this one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do any type of side activities that spark my interest right now, and really, I mean, I've been doing side activities and main story missions as well, but some of the main story missions, I mean, the side missions, I think, don't really activate until later on, it seems like. Even though it says that I've accepted it, it's like, I guess some other things have to happen before I can actually do them. So I may have to actually go ahead and go on with the main story, because I don't see where I don't want to have, I can't even remember. Oh well. Actually, this might actually be a main story mission, to be honest, because he did get involved in main story missions, so. Yeah, it is. No, fade in. Pop in.
Huh? Hmm?
Well, that doesn't help.
Huh?
That was unexpected for a second.
Yagami-san. What? Ah. Yagami-san.
Nope, not doing that. Don't pay. Comic-Con was fun, posted pics. Ric Flair was very... Oh, nice. Ric Flair was a Comic-Con. Sweet, dude. Oh, yeah, I remember you were saying something about that, about you going to a Comic-Con at some point. Where'd you post the pics at? Good grief, go up the friggin' ladder, God. Oh, you made a video of the pics? That's sweet. I'll have to check that out then. Indeed. Wait a second. How many of these things do I got? I got back to battle. Then again, that would be good too. So this, yeah, 2 trophies. Well, that one and another one. I don't need any of those right now. Well, shit, can't get it. Oh well. PlayStation Classic was on sale for 30. We got me the yeah. I actually ended up getting a PlayStation Classic for 30 because I wanted to hack it and I wanted to put ROMs on it. And I got like halfway through the tutorial and then I had a brain fart and couldn't figure it out anymore. I thought about getting some hack sticks that already have like a bunch of games on them that you can buy off Amazon to use on it. It's plug and play, real simple. But honestly, man, ever since I got it, I haven't even plugged it up. I've got it taken out of the package and looked at it and everything, but I haven't even plugged it up. I know there are some games that I do want to play on there, like Persona, for sure. But when I actually do plug it up, I'm going to plug up a keyboard into it so I can actually get into the BIOS or whatever it is, the internal guts of the system, to be able to change all the European versions over to the North American version so that the response time is faster. I can't really remember how that whole story went, but Sony was just real slack ass on the system. But I mainly wanted to get it so I can actually have like a little hackable thing. Well, the Genesis Mini, I think it's supposed to have like 53 games on it. And some of the games that's on there, like one in particular was Tetris on Genesis, which is extremely rare and was like never released. That's kind of like what Nintendo did with Star Fox 2. Let's see what else. They also got some other really good ones on there too, as well, that I've been hearing about that I don't even believe were on any of the other Genesis collections that had been released in years past. I can't really remember what they all were. But I think it's going to be like $80 at launch. So I'm not in a rush to get it, but I wouldn't mind getting it. I think it might actually sell a hell of a lot better than the PlayStation Classic did, though, that's for sure. Come on, you bastards, where are you? Sonic 3 due to legal issues of Michael Jackson. Oh, I ain't heard about that one. Kick the stuffing right out of him. I need to take that friggin'... That's pissing me off every single time. Or is it? No, not that. Where was it? Well, I guess that's the only thing you can do at the beginning of the game is to turn off tips. Oh, because he was making music or something. I never knew that. Huh. Learn something new every day.
Hmm? Excuse me. Hmm?
Still kind of want to get a good idea of how to travel there. Get out the damn way. I'm not taking pictures of your cats. I ran into that guy multiple times. I haven't even bothered with that yet. For the most part. Is it in here? No, it's not in here. Oh, it's wrapped up around the other side. Yes, come on, let's fight. Yeah, I know. You've told me like 5,000 times on how to do these things, and I find there's some way to freaking turn them off so I don't have to see them all the time. That should be a rooftop, I would think. Yep.
Hmm? What is B1? Have I been there? Oh, never mind. I see now. Drone races. I really don't care about that at the moment. Open the door. Small screw. That's what she said. Ah!
You asked for it.
Good God of mercy. Bitches.
Hey. Hey.
Let's see. Duh.
Huh? Not a wise choice.
Oh, that was great. Many fad craze will stop. Well, dude, I mean, everybody loves retro. Everybody wants retro to come back. There's a lot of retro games out there now that are, you know, made in a newer style, obviously. But, I mean, you really sit back and think about it. Retro, even though retro did have its share of problems every now and then, those games were a whole hell of a lot more complete than the ones that we get nowadays. And it sucks to say, but, I mean, I can understand where people are coming from, you know. So, but I don't know. I don't really know. There's also been that rumor of a Nintendo 64 and even a GameCube Mini that were supposed to be coming out. You know, so I don't know how true those are, but I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Set quest at the bartender. Oh god, that's scary.
It's Ayabe. Matsuda told me to give you a ring. You need something?
Yeah. Info I hear you got.
You got the cash? I'm done handing out freebies. Oh, and the price will depend on what you want to know.
Well, it just so happens you already told Kaito-san the price. 200 grand.
Hmm?
You know how all that money got stolen from the Matsugane? I want to know what happened to it.
And what, I said it'd be 200K?
That's what he told me.
In that case, let's make it 100. Price drops with age.
Oh, does it?
Look, I'm not pulling the numbers out of my ass. I got calculations. Anyway, I'll drop by your place tomorrow. Have the cash ready.
Yeah, that's true. Licensing issues with N64, that is all true. But then again, I mean, they don't necessarily have to put the Rare games there on the N64, even though Rare was really one of those companies that pumped out some good titles on the N64. But I mean, we can already probably expect some of the usuals to be on there, like Mario 64, Star Fox, maybe Jet Force Gemini, although that was Rare as well. I believe Rare made that one. You know, maybe even one of the kart racers like Mario Kart or Diddy Kong Racing, and probably Donkey Kong 64 as well. That's true. Nintendo and Rare did sell the N64. That's definitely true. Yep. Absolutely. Perfect Dark. That was a great game. Was there any side stuff that popped up? I guess not. I guess there isn't. 109. Well, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and end the stream here. Hopefully maybe I'll be back again tomorrow night, depending on how I feel. I was off this weekend, so I head back into work tomorrow. Well, technically today, because over here on the East Coast, it's already Monday. N64 outshined by PlayStation. Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. And as far as I'm concerned, rightfully so. PlayStation pumped out a lot of freaking, like, exclusives, and just, I mean, Nintendo had their exclusives too, but they pumped out a lot of exclusives, and they really took the companies really took chances with games then. They really took chances and spawned some cult hits and even some great franchises that still exist today, but it seems like a lot of developers really just want to play the safe route way too much, and it really stifles their creativity. That's why indies really try to do that a little bit more, but then again, they've kind of gotten along the lines of being really samey as well, as far as I'm concerned, like with these constant side-scrolling platformers all the time. I swear to God, man, you can get freaking side-scrolling platforms a dime a freaking dozen nowadays with any developers, because that seems like 90% of the friggin' games they come out with is side-scrollers, you know? I mean, the indies do put out some good titles. I mean, without a doubt, you know, they do put out some good ones, but man, it just seems like every single time I see a new one that pops up, it's a side-scroller, it's a side-scroller, it's a side-scroller, and it's like, oh my God, I'm side-scrolling my freaking eyes out. So, but anyways, I'm going to be heading to bed here in a little bit, so I'm almost at an hour as it is, but I'll probably be back again tomorrow night, depending how I feel and all that. Yeah, Axiom Verge, Ukulele, that's true. I need to get back to Ukulele. I actually streamed a little bit of Bloodstained some time ago. I actually got to a part I was kind of stuck, but I think I found my way around it now. And yeah, I've been kind of wanting to get Axiom Verge as well. I've been wanting to look at it. Here's something funny, man. This is what's funny. I'll go ahead and say this, and then I'll get off there. Okay. I ended up getting the PS4 version of Bloodstained.
The Switch version came out a week later with a really sexy steelbook. If you pre-ordered the game, you got the steelbook with it. Well, the steelbook, I looked at it and I'm like, I really don't want it. But then I looked at it a little bit closer and I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'll go ahead. I've already got the PS4 version. I'll go ahead and pre-order the Switch version, and then I'll turn around and take the game back or send the game back and keep the steelbook and all that stuff. Well, I called Best Buy about it and told them, because one of the reasons that I did, even though I was going to do this in the first place, when they shipped me the game, they didn't. It was brand new from Best Buy, dude. It wasn't even sealed. They didn't even have the plastic wrapping around it. They shipped it in a box, and they had the case in there with the game, not even sealed. And they had the steelbook in there, and it was in like some little protective plastic sleeve thingy, and they have, you know, some of those little air bubble things inside of there. And so I was telling them, well, it wasn't sealed. And I said, you guys shipped it to me like this. And I said, I want to send it back. And they said, well, you can take it to a local Best Buy. They said, or you can mail it back to us. So, and I told him, I said, well, can you put something on my account stating that I talked to you about this? And he says, yeah. He said, I'm also going to give you a reference number. I said, okay. I said, so I can get a refund for this by me taking it back, because I really just mainly wanted the steelbook. And usually when they end up giving you free items like that, they're free. You didn't pay anything for them, right? Well, I took it there Saturday, and the guy ended up telling me, he said, we can't do this in store considering the fact that it's not sealed. He said, but if you call Best Buy, he said, you can go ahead and send it back to their warehouse, and then they'll be able to refund you the money that way. Which is just weird. It's like, your Best Buy. It's like, why is it that I can do it through your warehouse, through the store, through the warehouse like that, through the mail, but I can't do it inside of one of your stores? I don't know. That just doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. It's all the same company. You know, it's just one's a store and one's a warehouse. So I don't know. But anyways, I was walking around there at Best Buy with my fiance, and we were looking at a few things, and I went over to the game section. I just wanted to see if they had any deals or anything going on. Wouldn't you know, I ended up finding one of those friggin' steelbooks for sale for $15, which I knew it was $15, and I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. It was the only one they had there too. So I told myself, okay, well, I can go ahead and buy this, and then I can turn around and send the other steelbook and the Switch game back, because a guy ended up telling me there, he said, if you only sent one of those back, he said they would actually ended up charging you I think he said they would either end up charging me the full amount for the game, or they would end up just charging me for the steelbook. I can't remember exactly which one he had said. So I told myself, well, maybe I'll just go ahead and buy the steelbook, and then I'll just turn right around and send all that back and get my money back. And then I told myself, no, I said I can just go ahead and keep the steelbook and then just sell the game on a Facebook message board. So I thought to myself, you know what, I really don't even want to bother to try to sell it on there, because of the simple fact that there's been a lot of problems with the Switch port, and a lot of people have been complaining about it, and 505 Studios, or whoever the hell it was, said that they were going to end up fixing it and sending out patches and all this crap. And you know, it's just it's the more inferior version out of all the versions that were released, and like long loading times between screens, just going from room to room. The visuals as well are ridiculous, because like there isn't even like water effects that's really going on in the game, and I don't know if that's docked or undocked. But some of the visuals, especially when it comes to such a simple game like that, it's not even on par with any of the other systems. I mean, this isn't like a super powerhouse graphical kind of game, and it doesn't look anything like the other versions. It's ridiculous. So anyways, I went ahead and told myself, I'm going to go ahead and buy the steelbook, and then I'm going to turn around and send this back and get my money back. But this is another funny story about this thing. This steelbook was technically supposed to just be with the PS4 version, because I actually talked with a guy on the message board that said that he did work with Best Buy, and he ended up saying that when he ended up getting the orders in for the steelbooks, basically Best Buy had complained about the fact that there wasn't anything for the Switch for this particular version. And so 505 ended up sending out little plastic slips to put inside of the steelbook. the freaking slips aren't even like glued inside the steelbook, man. It's a loose plastic sleeve that has a cartridge spot where you would put the cartridge. So if you just got the Switch version, and if you were to close the steelbook and you open it up, guess what? It's going to be laying on the other side. It's not even fastened inside of the freaking steelbook. I'm like, if that ain't some shoddy, whack ass BS, I don't know what is. And inside the steelbook, obviously, there's a place there where you can put the disc too. And of course, the main reason I got it was for the PS4 version. I may just end up throwing away the little Switch sleeve because I don't want the Switch game. I don't know. I may leave it in there, but I mean, the steelbook is gorgeous, though. It really is. I was thinking about just doing a little bit of a video on it and giving my thoughts on it, basically what I told you just now, and just showing the steelbook some. But it is a really gorgeous steelbook. I mean, it really is, and I'm glad I got it because, like, the artwork on it is just like pristine. I think it's really, really, really nice. But anyways, so the thing that's stupid is they go and they end up taking this steelbook, and on Best Buy's website, it says on their website it's not for individual sale. Oh, but you can go into their store and buy it, but it's not for individual sale on their website, which I think is stupid too. Maybe they got such a small amount that they could only sell them in store. I have no freaking clue. But the thing is that, so technically this thing was supposed to just be for the PS4 version, but it was only being released as a freebie with the Switch version, when it was really meant for another version, but they had to basically rig it up where they had to put in a plastic sleeve that's loose inside the freaking case for the Switch version. It doesn't make any freaking sense, man. I'm like, why in the hell didn't you guys just go ahead and put it out there for the PS4 version and the Switch version? You know, it makes no freaking sense. It's just like, why? You know, it was supposed to be for the PS4 version in the first place to begin with, so why didn't you just go ahead and put it for PS4 and Switch? I don't know. I think actually this steelbook was supposed to be like for one of the backers as well, for like the Kickstarted project. So I don't know. I just find it incredibly stupid. Like, it just seems like it's a real ass backwards thing. I don't know. I never in my life thought that I would ever get to a point where I'm just like, oh my god, I want to get this steelbook. But just having to go through that hassle of, like, the company itself not knowing what the friggin' hell they wanted to do with it, which version they wanted to release it to, you know, it's stupid. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I got it, you know, and I'm going to turn right around and send this back and get my refund and whatnot, because I have like a whole month to send it back, but I need to just go ahead and send it back, because I'm not gonna keep an inferior version on top of the fact that, you know, if I have to send both of them back to get my full amount, then that's all there is to it. I didn't want to risk getting charged for the full amount, because I didn't know if I would just get charged for the steelbook if I kept the steelbook, or if they were just going to charge me the whole full amount, you know, regardless. And I don't want to pay, like, what was it, like $34 or something altogether with GCU that kicked in just to be able to have a steelbook when the frickin' price of it is $14.99. So I didn't want to jinx it, you know. So, but anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and save here, even though I know it's probably already auto-saved 50 billion times since I've been on here. But I'm going to go ahead and get on off now, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow night. But I appreciate everybody coming in the stream. I know you and Small Tummy Wonderful did. He kind of fell out and went somewhere. I don't know, maybe he fell asleep, or he might still be in here. I have no clue. Because I don't trust that little thingy up there that tells me how many people's in the chat, because it always screws up. But anyways, I'll be back tomorrow night, folks. More than likely, maybe, possibly. We'll see what happens. And Judgment is an amazing game. I highly suggest everybody gets it. I'm really enjoying this thing. Definitely really enjoying it. So anyways, I'll go ahead and end this like I always do. Later, taters, and have a lovely evening.